My name is Joe Shure, and I'm going to talk about a time when I felt like I was being kind to someone, and I found out that I was a recipient of much bigger kindness. When I started college, I came to a city where there was a lot of need. A lot of folks were struggling to make ends meet. We saw, folks who were on the street selling flowers or selling food and things like that, and they seemed to hit a roadblock where they couldn't really advance very much farther than just, selling food on the street. They had trouble getting a storefront or hiring employees or things like that. And so, we felt like instead of just kind of watching this happen, we ought to think of what we could do about it. And so we were just college students at the time. We couldn't build a factory or change laws or bring a lot of jobs back to the country, but we felt like we had to do something. And so we created a group that helps people start businesses and grow their businesses through training classes and loans and coaching. And so we did that, and we felt like we were being pretty benevolent, and we were helping people, and it was all really good. And I think we were, but the kind of wake-up call for us was that when no one really knows who you are, they can't just assume you're being kind. They can't just assume you have no agenda. And so it was hard at first to get clients in the door. And so we had our first business training class in November of 2008, and it was in a church basement, and we had put flyers all around and told everyone about it. But as the minutes kind of approached, we were nervous because we didn't know if anyone would really show up. And so when a couple minutes after we were meant to start, a few people did show up, thankfully, right? They showed up, and they sat through this first class that we offered, and I think we're good at what we do now, but back then we kind of were winging it a little bit. But they came to the class, they thanked us, and they left. And at that point, the question was, are they going to come back? Because it was a free course. I mean, they didn't have to come back. It was really just their Saturday afternoon they were giving us. And much to our delight, a bunch of them did come back the following week. And in fact, I was on the phone with one of those guys just today, actually, talking about the loan that he has out and that kind of stuff. And so that was, we felt like we were being kind in having this class, and, we had good intentions, and we do have good intentions. But, what we found was that I think that the folks who came to that first class and then came back were really showing us a big act of kindness. I mean, I hope they came back because they thought it was valuable. But, they may have come back because maybe they felt sorry for us, or they felt like we were doing something good and they wanted to show some kindness to us.
So you saw a need, you showed up, and then you got some really great results as a result.
We did, yeah. So we showed up and we saw this problem. We saw people who had a lot of potential, but a lot of challenges as well. And so we felt like if we can help people overcome those challenges, we can help them reach their potential. And I'm happy to say that since that first class, we've worked with hundreds of people who were trying to start businesses or grow their businesses, and a lot of people who no one else will really serve. Because the fact is that, if you own a bodega and you need a loan for a new freezer, you don't really have a lot of places to go. And so, because the banks, they don't want to deal with loans that small and credit cards, the interest rate's too high. So we try to be that, service for folks who want to do that. And the point is that, we feel like everyone has a lot of potential. So even if the big bank doesn't think that that your business is worth working with, or even if you, can't get money elsewhere, we want to help people do that. And so that's another instance where we see a problem, we see a need, and we see people working very hard toward accomplishing their goals. And we feel like it's our duty to help them. There's a lot of money in this country. I mean, as strange as it seems, especially in this kind of economy, there's a lot of money out there, and we want to make sure that the folks who maybe didn't have the best background or didn't have come from the wealthiest families still get a chance to start their businesses. Because what you often see is that there's a lot of opportunity as well, in our society, but it's distributed unequally in a lot of ways.
So you saw a need and you didn't look away.
That's right. Instead of looking away, we looked toward the need, and we helped to meet that need, and it's been quite satisfying.
I want to thank you very much, Joe.
My pleasure. Thank you.